Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our presentation this morning. Lawrence Finn talking from a wet and damp Sheffield, and here to try and give you some more information on the company and to tell you a little bit about Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. Before we get started, I want to give you some food for thought. At the moment, there's no clear dominating force in the Bitcoin mining space within the UK marketplace. And with the increase in popularity of Bitcoin, will come a huge rise in competition. This market is going to get bigger, and there's going to be people who make a lot of money out of it. If we're able to position ourselves, train and duplicate and grow our team, and show more people how to make money from Bitcoin mining, and become the go-to place for Bitcoin mining in the UK, this viral effect will take place, and a substantial amount of growth will occur in an accelerated time. So if you're here and you want to be at the tip of the iceberg, you want to be here and for once get involved with something that has got genuine interest, guys, we are here and we're solving people's problems, and people's problems is they want to get involved and they don't know how. At the same time, there's a huge amount of scam. So if you are just here to have a listen, ask questions, reach out to the people within the business. If you want to speak to people like me directly, or even people who have done better than me in the business, let us arrange a call for you. Let us chat, let us show you, let us just express exactly what this business has done for us and how it's changed our lives. So let's get started. So there you got it, guys. New money. Do you want to be new money? I certainly do. Bitcoin is a huge deal. It's an unbelievable better store of value. It is gold 2.0. At the moment, we have many top business people reaching out saying that they have Bitcoin in their portfolio, that they are involved in Bitcoin mining. They're telling people get involved, even if it's only in a small way. Just get started, learn about it. Guys, one has to look at these people and say, why are such top business people getting involved? We have people like Richard Branson, people like Peter Thiel, Bill Gates, and many others, all getting involved in Bitcoin in some manner, shape or form. If you are on Twitter, I'm not going to read everyone's quotes, guys, you can read it yourself. But if you're on Twitter, there's a guy who is called Andy Hoffman, and he's worth following. And Andy's recently said something which actually, in my opinion, puts it all into perspective. He says that aren't adjectives strong enough for the power and fury of the upcoming Bitcoin rally to new all-time highs. Fundamentals, technicals, and sentiment will align in a perfect storm not seen before in financial market history. Very powerful words. The Twitter CEO has said that Bitcoin will become the world's single currency within a decade. Box it, shape it, put your own opinion on that. But these are serious business people offering opinions to the rest of the world. Banks, guys, I don't know what you think about banks, but wow, the day of the high street bank in the UK, banking is a nightmare. We've been ripped off for far too long. What is the interest rate? What interest rate can you get on your money? 2.5%, 3% per year? Per year, guys. The banks are taking your money and playing with your money and making huge amounts of profit, but they're paying out 2.5%, 3%. If you look at the banks, what new innovations have they come out with over the past year? None. 2 years? None. 5 years? None. 10 years? None. This market needs to be disrupted. The banks are handling our money in the UK. That's everyone's. Yours, mine, my next door neighbour, your next door neighbour. But they're sitting on their backsides, guys. This market, this banking world in the UK needs to be disruptive. Thank goodness someone like the Bitcoin model has come along. Let's just put this into perspective. Can you spot the industry that hasn't innovated in decades? Electronic mail. You can send email to someone anywhere in the world. China, India, South Africa, England, America, the next city, the next town. It gets there in 1 second. If it's got a big file, maybe 20 seconds, but it's quick. Amazon delivery. For us in the UK, make the phone call, place the order. If it's before a certain time of the day, you can get it 4 hours, 5 hours later. At the maximum, 2 days. Overnight mail in the UK. Go and pay your first class stamp. It's there tomorrow. We don't even ask questions. We know it's going to be there tomorrow. And now we get to the banking world. So we do a domestic wire transfer, anywhere up to 3 days. We do a credit card transactions. We want to settle our account. You pay your money, 3 to 4 days for it to reflect. International wire transfer, up to 10 days. Go and bank a check at your bank. A check can be a check issued by Barclays Bank Sheffield to a Barclays Bank Sheffield client, and it still takes up to 5 working days. Come on, guys, the banks. They frustrate me so much. The banks need to be disrupted. We are in 2018. Watch this space. Technology needs to advance. Of course, technology needs to advance. Look at the fall of the mighty fax machine. Back in the day, I've always been a small business owner. And the fax machine used to be the most important item of technology in my office. It was so important. I had a fax machine with a fax machine as a backup. So I had 2 fax machines. I had a third fax machine sitting at my house. My clients used to fax my orders over to me. I used to fulfill the orders. I used to fax the packing slips, the invoices, and everything back to them. And that was the same story for most small businesses. Today, the internet, email, has almost wiped out the mighty fax. The home phone. Guys, as you talk, and as I talk at the moment, half of you are probably watching this on your mobile phone. Our mobile phones allow us to receive phone calls. They allow us to receive messages. We can receive emails. We can play music. We can watch video. We can do all sorts of things on our mobile phones. Why would you even consider a home phone? More and more people are getting rid of the home phones. With our mobile phones, we can take calls whilst we're on holiday. So you can take a call from Portugal or in Portugal, in Spain. You can take a call in the UK from Canada. You can take a call whilst when you're in Venezuela or Mexico on holiday. Guys, technology has advanced and it's deleting things like the home phone and the mighty fax. To give you an idea, look at the Bluetooth. Bluetooth is just phenomenal. And people don't realize what a product Bluetooth is, because we don't typically buy Bluetooth. It comes and is given to us on our portable devices free of charge. But Bluetooth is a product, and Bluetooth is sold to the likes of Nokia and Siemens and Apple and everyone else. Bluetooth is the enabler that allows our phones to work in our car. Bluetooth is the enabler that allows you to put a watch on your arm and send the recorded information, your heartbeat, your blood pressure, etc., to your phone. Bluetooth is the enabler that connects your computer to your 3D printer, and so on. Guys, that is how technology is advancing. It's products like Bluetooth that is enabling other products to work. Very similar to Bitcoin mining, enabling Bitcoin. And then we've got social media. Social media, guys. Facebook. Come on, be honest. How many times do you go on a day? 40, 50, 60? You hear a beep, you're on Facebook. The world's advancing. Let's advance with it. The evolution of money. Back in the day, people were farming and making stuff at home, and a farmer who was rearing sheep would sell lamb to the guy that was growing potatoes, and the guy that was growing potatoes, he would swap potatoes for the guy who grows strawberries, and the guy who grows strawberries was swapping strawberries for someone who fishes, and that was called a barter system. From there we grew into coins and banknotes and credit cards and checks and MoneyGram and EFT. And then came along Elon Musk and his friends with a small company called PayPal. And this was in 1998, so we're talking 20 years ago. Guys, at the time, I was looking for a product like PayPal, and I started using PayPal. And probably for the next 10 years, people refused to send money on PayPal. People were saying PayPal's a scam. People were saying it was never going to work. Why would you even consider selling money with PayPal? PayPal's going to fold. PayPal's going to run away with your money. Heard it all, guys. Heard it all. Today, PayPal turns over $13 billion a year. Just think about that. A product which was released by a couple of entrepreneurs competing against the banks. The market was telling them and dictating to them that it was a scam, that it wasn't needed. They positioned themselves with eBay, and today they do $13 billion revenue a year. They employ 18,100 people. You can send money to anyone in the world with an email address, and still there are people who haven't adopted it. Still there are people who don't use PayPal. We then advanced to online payments, Apple Pay, contactless, and now Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. Technology needs to advance. For the world to grow, technology needs to advance.
As the dollar and the euro continue their slow path to recovery, some people are trading in their money for a currency that is already booming. It's called Bitcoin, and it's the currency of the internet. Invented 5 years ago by an anonymous programmer, Bitcoin has no government tied to it, no delay when sending money, and few, if any, transaction fees. And while many people still may not consider Bitcoin real money, it's making some people really rich.
Satoshi invented one of the most important inventions in the entire history of humankind that's going to improve the lives of everybody on the planet for the better. It undermined the ability of every single government on the entire planet to control the money supply, and that's how every single government in the world is controlling their citizens and their economies today. And he just basically, knocked their feet right out from under them with the invention of Bitcoin. And it probably would have been smarter for me to keep quiet too, but Bitcoin's too exciting for me to stay quiet about.
But Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill, okay? We are entering a completely world of uncharted water right now.
Have you made any investments in Bitcoin?
So, I own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund. I own Bitcoin in my private account. It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Because what you're talking about right now is for the next 3 to 5 years, an unbelievably better store value. It is gold 2.0. Where, Lena, you and I have decided that it's worth $1,300 an ounce. Well, guess what? I can do the same thing with Bitcoin, except now I can do it outside the purview of every single government.
I think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually.
Well, I think it is working, and there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin, and people have made fortunes out of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, there is no Bitcoin company, there is no Bitcoin building, there's not even a Bitcoin server anywhere that you could shut down. It is completely distributed. That's what's unique about Bitcoin. It is, for the first time, a way for the two of us to exchange value online without a third-party intermediary. Until the invention of Bitcoin, for you and me to exchange money online, we had to employ a third party like PayPal, like Visa, like MasterCard, right? And we live in the 21st century. If we want to have a video call to China, we can do that for free. But to send a couple $100, which is essentially just ones and zeros being moved around, costs 5% plus takes over a day.
Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
You'll see Bitcoin trading at 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Rick Falkvinia does an excellent analysis. He predicts that Bitcoin will capture between 1 and 10% of the global Forex market, which implies a price of between $100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. Most of the people who are on the sidelines not buying Bitcoin today will start to buy Bitcoin when it gets over 1,000, and then a greater percentage of people will definitely plow into Bitcoin when it starts to get over 10,000.
It's still predicting Bitcoin, $10,000 per Bitcoin in 3 years.
Saras, he is the CEO of Zappo, which is a Bitcoin wallet and Bitcoin Vault.
I think it's mostly a very positive thing. I think we're going to see ups and downs like with any other emerging technology. But I think Bitcoin is here to stay.
So let's make a bold call here. In 10 years, what do you think Bitcoin will be worth? One Bitcoin?
Between $500,000 and $1 million.
How big a market share can Bitcoin realistically take within a foreseeable time frame? When you ask that question, then you come up with a market cap of Bitcoin total, and then you divide that by the number of Bitcoin in circulation by your estimated time. And seeing how Chinese are buying Bitcoin like crazy, I actually had to adjust this number upwards. But then you come up with a number of about $2 to $5 million per Bitcoin.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future, or is it the payment system they're developing?
Bingo, it's the payment system. It's the blockchain encryption, and they're interesting things. I think Bitcoin, or the really blockchain encryption that's behind it, has a greater ability to bring more of the world's population out of poverty than anything we've seen. It's not too late to get involved in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin becomes really popular all over the world, Bitcoins are going to have to be worth at least tens of thousands of dollars a Bitcoin, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per Bitcoin. So thinking it's too late to get involved with Bitcoin is like thinking it's too late to get involved with using the internet. Of course not. Like it's ubiquitous in our lives, and Bitcoin's going to become ubiquitous in our lives as well.
You can buy Bitcoin at the Shell station. Check it out. Got my reader. Oh, I gotta put the cash in. Good. Got $2. Hit finish. Oh, $2 in Bitcoin. Just like that. From this machine. I just turned cash into digital currency.
If you're new to Bitcoin, take your time to go out there and Google it and learn about it. It truly is one of the most important inventions in the history of humankind, and certainly the most important invention since the internet. Go out there, make a Bitcoin wallet, get involved, start using it, learn about all the positive ways in which this is going to improve the lives of every single person on the planet. Get involved, do it today. It's going to help everybody. Thank you.
January 2009, the first Bitcoin was mined. 2012, Lifestyle Galaxy got involved for the first time. Bitcoin, could it really be worth £1 million? Could it really be worth 2 million, 5 million? What are these experts predicting? Why are they predicting it? What is the nucleus, and how are they summarizing the values that they're putting out there? What happens if they're wrong? If someone's turning around and saying Bitcoin's going to be worth £5 million, what happens if that person's wrong? What happens if that person is 50% wrong, and it's not worth 5 million? It's only worth 2.5 million. And what happens if he's 80% wrong, and Bitcoin's only worth 100 or 200,000? Guys, I tell you what, I'm going to be very happy if Bitcoin gets up to a couple of 100,000. So personally, I don't care if these guys are wrong. These guys are experts. Their predictions are based on mathematical calculations. They're looking at the Forex market, they're looking at the Forex market valuation. They're predicting that Bitcoin's going to take 5 to 10% of that marketplace. And they look at the number of transactions happening, and all of these parameters are coming to a value. They're not thumb-sucking values, guys. They're predicting that the average person is going to be able to buy a house with 1 Bitcoin in the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Will their predictions come true? I certainly hope so. But based on those predictions, make sure you at least have some Bitcoin. Don't get left behind. Value is dictated by supply and demand, and that's exactly what's happening. When Bitcoin first started, Bitcoin had to go through its infancy, just like any growth cycle. From there, it had to grow into a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old, and it had teething problems, and we're still experiencing teething problems. Today, you could probably say that Bitcoin is a teenager. It's getting some things right, and it's getting some things wrong, and it's still teething, undoubtedly still teething. And look how the growth has rapidly improved, just like a teenager. And we all know what happens to teenagers when they're 13, 14 years of age. Some of them have got funny hair, and some of them have got spots, and some of them have got braces on their teeth, and some of them struggle to have conversations because they're shy. Others don't shut up. But at the end of the day, they all are on a growth plan. They're all on a journey. Bitcoin's on that very same journey. We are a teenager at the moment, and that journey is growing. And over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you're going to see that Bitcoin as a product, the maturity is going to come in. We're going to be able to do more and more transactions, faster transactions. You're going to find that adoption is going to be so much more adoption, so many more transactions happening. And don't be fooled. At the moment, governments, corporations are starting to get involved. We're starting to see big corporations looking at Bitcoin. We're starting to see Bitcoin being shorted. We're starting to see Bitcoin being used by financial institutions. We're starting to see millionaires and billionaires coming forward and buying a number of Bitcoin. I mean, it was only last month that it was said that someone bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Guys, bear in mind, value is dictated by supply and demand. Bitcoin is 100% decentralized. That means Bitcoin is not government or bank owned, thank goodness, and it's not corporation controlled either. Bitcoin is, and yes, this is important, Bitcoin is user controlled and verified. And I'll repeat that, and verified. Did you know 12.5 Bitcoin are released into the Bitcoin economy every 10 minutes? That's every 10 minutes of every hour. That is every 10 minutes of every 24 hours of every day. Do the math. 75 Bitcoins every hour. Multiply that by an average rate of $8,000. Times it by 1,800 Bitcoin. You've got calculators. You can work that out. That's per day, guys. We're talking massive amounts of Bitcoin being released into the Bitcoin economy every 10 minutes. And do you know when Bitcoin gets released into the economy, it only gets released one way, and that's via Bitcoin miners. Are you earning from this? Because we are. $20. What's $20 in pounds? 14, 15 quid. Go to your local Asda, go to your local Tesco's, go to your local Sainsbury's. Take £15 today. How many groceries can you buy? Poof, 15 quid. You're not going to buy much. You're not going to get a trolley load. You're not even going to get a handbasket load. You're going to get some milk, you're going to get some bread, you might get a couple of cans of dog food, you might be able to buy dinner for tonight, and that's about it. That same 15 quid 20 years ago you could have filled a trolley up with. This is where Bitcoin is so different. 20 years ago Bitcoin wasn't around, but let's take 2011, 2012. One Bitcoin could have bought next to nothing. 2013, one Bitcoin would buy half a trolley load of items. 2014, one Bitcoin would have bought a few more items. 2017, at its high, Bitcoin would have bought 40 trolleys. Guys, we really need a product that battles and fights against inflation, and that is Bitcoin. We've seen how it is able to grow. We've seen how it fights against inflation. And who doesn't want to have a product that increases in value? Bitcoin's still to boom. Have a read of this slide. Yes, as I said to you a few minutes ago, we're just starting to enter the investment phase. Venture capitalists, hedge funds, other financial firms are starting to invest money and capital into this technology. Guys, we are at the tip of an iceberg. Absolute tip of an iceberg. This is all about transactions. This is all about adoption. The more people that do transactions, the more people that do adoption, the bigger Bitcoin will grow. We are still in the teenage years of Bitcoin. Watch the space. We're going to come through this without the spots, without the braces, without the funny hairstyles. Bitcoin is still to boom. It's still to mature. This is us. We're down by the tech enthusiasts at the moment, the innovators. The cycle, there is so much room there. Yes, we have conservative people, and we have the skeptics, and we have the people who say Bitcoin is a scam, and every time Bitcoin drops in price, you hear cheers from the sideline. Guys, that's life. We get that. We can't all like meat. We can't all be vegans. We can't all be thin. We can't all have six packs. We can't all like the same things. Some of you guys like football. Some of us can't stand football. Some of us love rugby. Others don't like sport. We're all different. So don't get put off from people who sit on Facebook and know nothing about Bitcoin and continue to have comments, continue to put up hashtag hold and hashtag this and ha ha ha, Bitcoin dropped in price. Because the moment Bitcoin improves in price, they never ever say a word. So there's a lot of people who take a lot of enjoyment out of watching people struggle in life. Guys, I don't know half of you, but what I can tell you is I don't want any of you to struggle. I don't want my next door neighbor to struggle. I don't want her next door neighbor to struggle. I don't want to see my parents struggle. I don't want to see my kids struggle. And I certainly don't want to struggle. I don't want to take enjoyment out of other people's problems. And that is why I believe Bitcoin can be so powerful for us. How to create wealth through Bitcoin. This is quite an important slide. There's only 3 ways to actually create wealth through Bitcoin. The first one is buy and hold. Now, guys, yes, this is a way to create wealth. If you've only got a couple of £100, if you've only got £1,000 to get started, in my personal opinion, buy and hold is an illogical strategy. Because if you buy £1,000 worth of Bitcoin today, that £1,000 worth of Bitcoin increases in value, and let's say Bitcoin goes up to £10,000. So it goes up, it doubles. That means that your investment has doubled. But for you to see that money, for you to see the profit, if your investment has doubled and increased to £2,000, for you to see that increased profit, you have to sell your Bitcoin. Now, once you've sold your Bitcoin, you've realized your wealth. For you to then play in the market space again, you have to buy in and buy more Bitcoin. But you're now buying in at the same price that you sold for. You have to re-enter the market at a higher price. Typically, buy and hold is for investors who can buy large volumes. So if you've got £1 million to play with today, and you want to go out and you want to buy £1 million worth of Bitcoin, and you want to play the buy and hold game, brilliant. Go for it. Clever strategy. £1,000, not so clever. There's more clever ways to create wealth through Bitcoin than buying and holding. Trading Bitcoin. Guys, jeez. I know there's a lot of companies out there that can say trading Bitcoin, but my goodness, this market is taking casualties. This market continues to take casualties every single day. Trading Bitcoin is a high-risk strategy. It's most definitely a gamble. Even the very experienced traders, I was speaking to one guy yesterday, his background is he worked for one of the biggest banks, trading a couple of £1 million a day for the banks. His words to me were, I will not trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not follow the parameters that traders are taught. So yesterday, you will actually see that the markets declined rapidly worldwide. During the decline, that means gold goes down, oil goes down, it means GER30 goes down, it means everything struggles. Bitcoin went the opposite way. Bitcoin suddenly had a 7 or 8% growth while the market was sliding. Guys, trading Bitcoin, unless you know what you're doing, unless you're a very, very experienced trader, dangerous gamble, a very dangerous gamble. Bitcoin mining, sustainable, completely sustainable, hassle-free, zero knowledge if you mine with us. Zero knowledge required if you mine with us, and we can prove the results, and not just over short term. We can prove the results over long term. Guys, on the Bitcoin mining, be very, very careful how you select the company you want to work with. Make sure that the company you want to work with on Bitcoin mining owns its own mine. If it does not own its own mine, if you're not purchasing equipment, walk away, guys. Leave the cloud mining alone. That's my opinion. Leave it alone. Again, a huge number of people being burnt by people who have got a great marketing spiel. Make sure that the mine is real. Make sure that you can touch it, you can feel it, that you can speak to people, that you can see it. Come on, guys. There's no quick way of making money in life. You know, this needs to be sustainable. Very important. Sustainability. In brief, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is peer-to-peer. That means it's you and it's me. It's a digital currency that uses a shared ledger. That shared ledger is known as a blockchain, and you can see the shared ledger. You can log in, you can go onto your computer, and you can search blockchain, and you can see all the different transactions. The blockchain records and tracks every single transaction. The blockchain is not held by any one person. It's open sourced and distributed. That's why you can search it. Blockchain will change the world forever. Even the government is looking at how to put all the house titles, sales, and many other things, insurances, etc., onto blockchain. Blockchain will change the world forever, just like the internet did. That is without a shadow of doubt. And the blockchain only exists because of Bitcoin. Microtransactions are possible down to 100 millionth of a Satoshi. Anyone and everyone can create an online wallet. These are the most important factors. Bitcoin cannot exist without the blockchain. The blockchain cannot exist without transactions being authorized. Authorization of transactions is a mathematical equation run by computers. This process is known as Bitcoin mining. Additionally, Bitcoin cannot exist without Bitcoin mining. Think about that for a second. Bitcoin cannot exist without Bitcoin mining. Why? The reason Bitcoin cannot exist without Bitcoin mining is that Bitcoin mining, in simple terms, is the authorization process between two people, allowing the payment to be made from one person to another, allowing the transaction to take place. So, most importantly, Bitcoin can't exist without the blockchain. Blockchain cannot exist without transactions being authorized. Authorization of transactions is a mathematical equation run by computers, and that process is known as Bitcoin mining. Mining the blockchain, the bigger the mining community, the bigger portion of Bitcoin mined. It's all about processing power, completely and utterly about processing power. The bigger your mine, the more processing power you've got, the quicker you can solve mathematical equations. Solve the mathematical equations, what happens is that we earn Bitcoin. You can see a red line or red circle around Slushpool. That is us. We are big players within the marketplace, as you can see. And this information's out there. It's out there on the internet for you to have a look at. Trusted and secured. First of all, we are partnered with the best and most reputable professionals in the industry. As I said, been around since 2012, and many of us, and I mean this, many of us have been with the company since 2012, and we can show you proof of that. We can show you proof of earnings. We can show you the duration we've been within the company. And what I can tell you is the company has created many, and I'm talking many, 5-figure, 6-figure and 7-figure income earners. I have a number of people who I'm able to call friends who have earned in excess of $1 million through this company and continue to earn huge amounts of money and enjoy huge success with this company. Our mine is the largest mine in Northern America. It's real, guys. Our mine is bricks and mortar. Our mine can be visited. Our mine has real equipment in, with the real people, with a maintenance team, with just, it works, guys. It just absolutely works. As I've said, been mining successfully since 2011. I think I said 2012. Apologize for that. 2011. I've been with the company since 2012. And it's your hardware. When you buy Bitcoin mining from these guys, a Bitcoin mining contract, your hardware is installed in their mine, and it's a turnkey opportunity. So they have all the issues of installing the hardware, installing the software, making sure it works. They're the ones that have to have a maintenance team. They have to make sure that the software doesn't have any hiccups. They're the ones that just, they run it, they operate it. You haven't got noisy servers running in your house and huge, electricity bills, and it's all done. It's all done for us. But most importantly, it's your hardware is in their mine. Your hardware. David Martin, founder and chief visionary officer. David's background is a banking security software specialist. Guys, indirectly, David's a geek, and he'll be the first one to tell you this man's highly intelligent. He's been in the industry for a long, long time. His background is all banking, used to write the coding for banks to be able to communicate with each other. A really, really intelligent guy. Ken Broff, chief executive officer, ex-vice president of a Tony Robbins business. He led 2 companies to become Fortune 500 companies. Guys, we're in the right hands. We're in the right hands of people who know how to make this company into the #1 Bitcoin mining company. They have big visions. Watch the space. Galaxy Mine is the only multi-mining platform in the world. We can mine a number of cryptocurrencies, all from the same mining platform, all from the same mine. It's the most secure and trusted real mining operation in the world. Lifestyle Galaxy offers the best commercial mining products with a proven growth strategy. And again, I'll repeat that, with a proven growth strategy, and we'll tell you more about this in a few moments. Industry-leading education, and it's one of the fastest growing mining communities in the world. Guys, even though we're only in pre-launch in the UK, what I can tell you is the company has tens of thousands of miners. Tens of thousands of miners worldwide. Money will always flow to the safe haven, to what is trusted. Tony Dugavea, Global Director of Marketing. In that particular photo, there's 4 or 5 people who are in my team who I talk to on a daily basis. Andrew Eaton, one of the bald guys in that photo, which is quite funny. One of the bald guys, it looks like everyone, you mustn't have hair and you can become a miner. Sorry, Andrew. But Andrew, second from the right. Andrew was the guy who introduced me to this business. He's been and is a good friend. He's been a mentor. He's pulled me back when I've lost faith. He's an amazing guy who has made an amazing amount of money from this business. And this is just one of Andrew's visits to the mine. And Andrew and the guy next to him on the left hand side, as you look at your screen, his name's Jacques Sasson. Those two are big money earners within the company. Andrew and Jacques will be coming to the UK in October this year when we do our launch, and they'll be speaking to you, telling you all about their journey, how they've made so much money out of Bitcoin mining and continue to make huge amounts of money out of Bitcoin mining. Two top guys and two guys that we can all learn from. As you can see in this photo, Adrian seems to appear on most of these screenshots, but there's a portion of the mine. You get an idea of just the size of it and the volume, and this was in November 2017. And guys, this can be you. If you want to join us out in Vegas first week of December this year, we're going out to Vegas to go to an Eric War convention. From there, we'll be flying to Seattle, and I believe that there'll be a mine visit after that. And a mine visit is they pull up with coaches, you get onto the bus, and off you go. They take us to the mine. All cell phones have to be switched off. You have to make sure that there's no GPS tracking, because these places the security levels are exceptionally high. They don't want people knowing where the mines are. But you and I, we can go to the mine. We can go see it with our own eyes and touch it and feel it, and it's wow factor, absolute wow factor.
I'm very privileged and excited to be staying outside one of our mining facilities. So this is one of our facilities. What I want to say to everyone, everything that you see inside here now, everything, and this is just one of our facilities, everything inside here belongs to Galaxy Mine, previously known as Dragon Mine. Okay, and it's been a huge privilege for us to be here, freezing cold. So what I'm going to do is quickly take you inside and show you some stuff. It's going to be very loud inside. Over here you can see some of the cooling systems, the fans that suck the air in to keep it cool. I'm going to take you inside, and I'm not going to say much because it's very loud inside, guys. But just know that this is very real. Now let's go show you the real. Come. So if you're looking over here, these are all the GPUs that are mining our altcoins. And as Tony said, at the top here, those are the ant miners, which is mining your Bitcoin. Tony, let me just say, your Bitcoin, your alt currencies. And when you understand how powerful this is, you'll understand that each one of these belongs to someone in our community. Each one of these belongs to someone in our Galaxy Mining community. That is incredibly powerful. But I'm just going to show you a couple of $1 million worth of mining equipment. There are literally thousands here. Hey, Tony? Thousands of racks. Thousands of racks, guys. I mean, thousands of equipment and racks and racks and racks. Look at all this. There are ant miners up there again. So it's very loud inside here, and I don't want to make this video too long, but just know, this is yours. This is yours. And we're just getting started. So when anyone ever says to you, is it real? Guys, look.
So how do you get started? Well, currently, every single person who comes into the business has to become a Value Club member. The Value Club membership has a number of benefits, but one of the big benefits is it allows you to buy mining contracts at wholesale prices. The cost of a Value Club membership is US $600. That's approximately £430. Excuse that figure on the screen, it should be 430, not 4,300. However, we have a special offer at the moment. You can buy and become a Value Club member for only $400 US. That's £290. That price is going to increase, guys. I need to stress that price is going to increase. It's only whilst we're in pre-launch. The company can increase it at any time. At the moment, that price is $400, £290. So that's what it costs you to get started. That is a once-off fee, that you have to pay, not annual, not monthly, once off. And after that, you can then buy your mining contract. Prices for mining contracts start at $500 and they go up to $10,000. You can buy multiples of those mining contracts, and you can buy as many mining contracts as you want. So I say to everyone, get started. Most importantly, get started. Buy your Value Club membership. Buy yourself a $500 mining contract. It's going to cost you in total, that's about £700 for both. Get it started, become a miner, see how it works, make sure you're happy. Draw some of your profits out that you earn on a daily basis. Press the button, withdraw the money, takes about an hour. Take your wife, your girlfriend, your partner, your boyfriend, whoever it might be, your kids, take them, go out for a beer, go out for a pizza, spend some of the Bitcoin that you have just mined. And that's a very important process, because what that process does, it allows you to realize that it's real. It allows you to realize that what you're doing, you're earning real money out of it. You're mining Bitcoin, you've drawn the money, you've spent some of the money. Now you have a position where you have educated yourself. You can now make an educated decision of whether you want to put more money into mining or not. So that's my advice to you. 700 quid gets you started. That's your Value Club membership. It's a $500 mining contract. Get started, guys. Get started. Earn a little bit of money. Spend a little bit of money on those that you love. Take them for dinner, buy them a beer, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you put everything in its pigeonhole. You will now understand exactly how it works. Now you can make an educated decision. Do I want to put another $5,000 in? Do I want to put another $10,000 in? Do I want to put in another $500? It all starts to make sense once you see it working. Here are the mining contracts that are available. These are to Value Club members only. So as you can see, level 1 is a $500 US dollar contract. Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. Guys, this price includes your equipment. So we're buying equipment, and together with the equipment in the package, we have a certain number of gigahash that we buy to allow us to mine. So this price includes the equipment. It takes 15 days for the equipment from the day that you buy your mining contract. It takes 15 days for the equipment to be installed in the mine. You have a counter from day one. You have a website. The website, you have a login, a password. You can log in and go to your dashboard. On your dashboard there will be a counter. It's a 15-day counter, and that counter counts down to the day you start mining. You can then on a daily basis see how much you've mined, how much money you made, and it tells you exactly what's going on in your back office on your dashboard. There is an example of the dashboard. On the right hand side you'll see available balance. This was a dashboard taken on the 26th of February this year. The available balance on that particular day was $275. Now, what I can tell you is the majority of people who I mine with and people who I've helped get started, they tend to draw the money out of that wallet on a weekly or 10-day basis, or possibly 2 weeks. To do that, you press the green button. The green button will take you through to a page where you have to put your wallet number in, and press the button, and within an hour the money's sitting in your account. Really easy, really simple, and you can do that 24 hours a day whenever you want to. On the left hand side it tells you what the Bitcoin price was on that particular day. It tells you how big your contract is. This particular contract is 225,000 purchase gigahash with a bonus of 40,000 gigahash, and they've mined and repurchased another 43,000 with a gigahash. The rest of the stuff below it is neither here nor there. This is just to give you an idea. Galaxy Mine's goal is to be one of the biggest 3 mines on the blockchain by 2020. Guys, they're talking worldwide. They have a global vision. We have a repurchasing compound strategy, and this is vitally important. It's important for all of us. Every single day, a minimum of 35% of all Bitcoin mined per day is used to repurchase gigahash. This applies to every single miner. It's a compounding strategy. So this means every day our total mining capacity grows. So yes, if you take, let's say hypothetically, we've got 50, 60,000 miners. Every single day, those people earn a certain level of Bitcoin. 35% of that Bitcoin goes back into the mine to grow the mine and to grow the individual accounts. This means that the total mining capacity grows on a daily basis, allowing us a bigger digital footprint, allowing us to mine more and more Bitcoin on a daily basis, allowing us to solve mathematical complex calculations faster. Important, this strategy applies to every single one of our miners. So the strategy we were talking about, take a minimum of 35% of your daily rewards, repurchase gigahash to stay ahead of the Bitcoin difficulty curve. Guys, there's a slider. You can increase it from 35% to 100%, and many people do. Many people have got it on a 50% or a 60%. You just cannot go under 35%. 35% is the minimum compounding strategy we have on a daily basis. Your daily rewards can then be transferred to your wallet whenever you require it. That's 24 hours a day. Your Visa debit card would then allow you to spend your Bitcoin worldwide at 46 million merchants and cash machines. Guys, I personally have a MasterCard. It works exceptionally well. It allows me to spend my Bitcoin. I can use it on the internet. I can use it in shops. I can go to Marks and Spencer's at Meadow Hall, or I can pay for an aircraft. I can pay for a hotel on the internet, and I can draw cash from any cash machine. My limit on my card is far higher than my UK bank. So my UK bank limit from a cash machine is $500. My £500, sorry. My withdrawal amount that I can go to maximum of on my Bitcoin card is $3,000 a day. So completely different, far higher limits compared to my bank card. There is a daily earnings example. This would be in your back office. On the left hand side is how much is compounded on a daily basis at 35%. You can have a look there and see repurchase every single day at different levels. On the right hand side is the balance of the money which is coming out into my wallet, and you can see that on the fourth day I withdrew money, and you can see 10 days before that, roughly 10 days, I withdrew money as well. So in our back office, you go through to your dashboard. On your dashboard, it's got a history button. You press the history button, and these are the two sheets you can see on a daily basis. And the company runs this for you. It's all done as part of the process. This is one of the altcoin back offices, and just shows you how much money's in the wallet. You can see that where the grey diamond is, the Ether logo, and on the left hand side you can see the amount of purchased hash ratios and the repurchase ratios, and it just gives you an idea again of what the back office looks like. There's two strategies to grow our mining capacity. One is the repurchase compounding strategy, which I'm sure that every single one of you would want to do. We're all in it long term. For me, it's my retirement plan. And second is grow the mining community. And if I could just stop on that one for a second. If you prove to yourself that the mining works, so let's say after this, you go and you buy a mining contract, and in 4 months' time or 6 months' time, you've got to a stage where you're 100% happy with the company, you're 100% happy with the money you're earning and bringing into a bank account or into your wallet, and you're 100% happy that it's all real. I ask you a question: why would you not tell your family members? Why would you not tell your friends? You've now proven it to yourself. You know it works. You know it's real. Because if you are prepared then to tell your friends and family, then you can help us grow the mining community. And every day more new miners join our mining community. Every single day our teams grow. Just like Bitcoin, It's a peer-to-peer cash system, and marketing remains peer-to-peer as well. More miners, increased mining leads to repurchasing, resulting in a bigger mining capacity. The bigger our mining capacity, the more we all benefit, guys. Vitally important. This is definitely an individual game, but as part of a team. And that team, the growth of our team, is so vitally important, because the bigger our team, the bigger our digital footprint, the more money the team makes, and we are part of that team. And yes, then we make more money too. The larger our mining capacity, the quicker we can solve mathematical equations. Very important. The larger our mining capacity, the quicker we can solve mathematical equations. A good example of this is, let's say, the 3 Series BMW. You can buy a 3 Series BMW, lovely motor car, all the bells and whistles. You can buy it with an 1800 or 2-litre motor. And yes, it gets you from A to B. It's relatively quick, and it's a nice car. But you can also buy the Beast. You can also buy the M3. The M3 is literally a racing machine. It's got the same car, same design, same controls, same dashboard, similar inside. It's got the same size boot, but under that bonnet is just a beast. And that car can go wherever you want as fast as you want. You know, it can go on any track, and it will beat the majority of cars worldwide. And that's exactly the same as us. We can mine, and we can mine small, or we can become the beast of mining. We can get that huge engine. With the bigger the engine, the bigger our mining capacity. And so I'm just trying to compare our gigahash, our mining power, our digital footprint to a real scenario, which is the M3 versus a 2-litre 3 Series. However, if you do tell your friends and family, we get incentivized. Whenever friends and family join, each time they join and they buy a Value Club membership for $400, we earn $150. And then in addition to that, we have an ongoing residual income from all miners in our mining community. Important, if you do want to become part of the business side of the model, so let's say that you become a miner, let's say you're happy as a miner, and now you want to convert and start to refer friends to the business. The moment you want to refer friends to the business, you have to pay a $30 monthly subscription fee. That's about £22, so it's not huge. And what that does is allows you to take part in the business referral side of the business. In strategy 2, you have access to exclusive products and commission streams. There's not just one commission stream, there's many. You can help us actively grow the mining community. As I said, $150 commission is paid when someone you referred joins the Galaxy Value Club membership club. CV points. CV points, which are basically commission volume points, are accumulated in your Lifestyle Galaxy account when someone joins the business. And this is where it gets a bit confusing at first, so I'm just going to run through it quickly. We can refer you to videos that explain this in more depth. When someone joins us, you earn your $150 commission, but you also earn 200 CV, and that 200 CV is a once-off payment. In addition to that, per person mining, you earn 2 CV a day. That is done every single day, every week, every month. Depending on the size of contracts, that can actually be larger. And then every person who is paying $30 for the business opportunity, you earn 30 CV per person who is in your team. Your team grows massive. People you have below you and above you can put people into your team. Your team can just get bigger. It's not just the people that you sign up. So you find that very quickly you can be earning CV points from people who are just in your team. Not only is your personal mining capacity growing daily, but so too does your mining community. We compounding growth. So this is just gives you an example. There's you, and there's Jax, and there's Jules, and 900 CV points is equivalent to a cycle. Every time we earn 900 CV points, we earn $50, and it's a minimum of 300 CV points in any one leg to cycle. For this example, just remember the 900 CV points works out to $50. The CV points are paid to unlimited depth no matter who adds miners to your community. So it doesn't matter who puts people into your team grows and your earning capacity grows. Everyone needs to personally sponsor 2 miners to get qualified in the team. And as I said, one $50 cycle is worth 900 CV points. So if we look at this community example, this does not take into account the mining CV nor the CV from active promoters paying their $30. So let's just say that you get 250 members in your team. This can be a combination of your efforts, your people's efforts, or even effort from people above you, so people you don't know. You earn 200 CV per team member. That means you've earned 50,000 CV points. We now know that you need 900 CV points to cycle, and one cycle is worth $50. So based on this example, you would earn $2,750. Guys, to give you an idea, my team is 5,000 people strong. That's my own personal team. Another example, 1,000 people, 1,000 members. So once those 100 people see daily returns, it's only a matter of time until they introduce friends and family. So remember the previous slide, your team's grown, 100 people see daily returns. Doesn't take long until they work it out in their own heads that this is very real. They're happy with the systems. If you're happy with the system, you tell friends. It's just how we are. It's how we are people. Everyone then gets someone else to sign up to the system. They duplicate and they repeat. Before long, your team's grown to 1,000 people. Your earning potential has just skyrocketed. Here are the facts. Lifestyle Galaxy are not just a mining company. So again, whoever's referred you to this video, make sure that they give you the Lifestyle Galaxy website address. Go and have a look. Find out that we have a Learning Galaxy, and we've got esports, and there's Galaxy Growth, there's Galaxy Multi-Mining, there's Auction Galaxies. Guys, the company's very forward thinking. It's a great company to be part of. Fact number 2, repurchase strategy. We grow your mine, increasing our total mining capacity. Bigger the mining capacity, the bigger the slice of the blockchain. So there you can see our short-term goal is we want to become one of the major players globally. Very important. We are already a big mine. We just need to get a little bit bigger. That little bit of bigger will benefit all of us. Fact number 3, we have the only solution and platform of its kind in the world. Now you might say, what do I mean by this? Most mines that you find out there these days are cloud orientated. What does that mean? That means that they don't own their own mine. They're acting as a third party for a real mine, and they're buying contracts. And that's why you hear people talking about they can't buy any more petahash, and they have to wait until petahash becomes available. Guys, excuse the language, all a load of crap. If they had a real mine, they could buy mining equipment, and they could bolt real mining equipment into their mining facilities, and their capacity would increase. We can buy mining equipment today, we can install mining equipment, and we can increase our digital footprint straight away. So we have the only solution and platform of its kind in the world, because we are able to mine not just Bitcoin. We are able to mine numerous different cryptocurrencies, altcoins in our mining facility. What choices do you have today? Well, you really only have 2 choices. Buy a contract secure consistent growth of cryptocurrencies, see how it works. Make sure it all makes sense. As I said earlier, 700 quid gets you started, £700 includes your Value Club membership, and it includes your first contract. You know, get started, mine, see how the system works, draw some money out, make sure that it all makes sense, make sure it all works, make sure that you put ticks in all the tick boxes. Then you can get involved and you can buy more mining contracts. In addition to that, you can buy a contract and grow a mining community, securing a bright future for you and your family. Guys, this is a sustainable way to make money. Very, very sustainable. So if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes and then learn how to do it later. Guys, I thank you for your time. I trust you'll have a great week. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. we hold a webinar. We will be starting to host meetings throughout the UK. Watch out for our launch announcement coming out soon. And thank you for listening. Have a great day.